Okay, so this is the inside of X1, so side 1, and I've got my layout here. What I'm going to do is register off the edge and the edge, and then I'm going to use this to get me to approximate center. And I've got some shims that I made. I made these. I tried these first, 3.5 millimeter shims. That took me just past being flush. Then I went to 3.27, and I was thinking that's the wrong direction. I needed to be fatter. So the ones I have in here now are about 3.67, and they should be fine. So here we go. Alright, my test shelf here. So the top is going to be on the inside. Get these out of the way. And shims. That is near perfect. Near perfect. I'm just a fraction this way. I can live with that. Okay, the way this is setting up is that the good face that I want to go up is up. So this one doesn't really matter, I guess. I'll put this one this way. These are the 4 millimeter dominoes. It gives me the spacing I need for height. I'm going to go this way and I cheat over like that. Don't come over too far. Okay, so now domino, Alright. Now when I reverse it, I gotta go 3 inches from this side. Alright, speeding up production on these shelves. I got a couple stops, my hold down, and then I've got this reference edge over here. And a line, instead of using my square all the time to get my approximate center. Now I'm just using this line, so I can bring my shelf in, register it against here, you know, kind of push it into that corner, clamp it, and away I go. That one's a little too high. Cut a little off of this one. Okay, I can go the other way. Yeah, that's the wrong way. Alright, so that's good. Alright, I like it. Just a hair proud. That can easily be taken care of with a block plane or sanding. So now I'm good to go. Now this becomes my reference and I move on down. Okay, this is my shelf spacing. 283.5 millimeters. What I need to do is create a piece that can span this whole thing and let me reference my domino off of it, put a shelf in, move down and just keep doing that incrementally. Okay, just like the top, I have to slide this shelf spacer back 3.5 millimeters. So this was my original one at 283.5. At least that's what it was supposed to be. And let's just see how we did here. .45 millimeters. That's pretty good. Try one more time. 3.4. 3.42. I'm going to call that close enough. So I've got my spacer. It lays this way. I'm going to make some marks on it so I do not forget which way it goes. Now I can bring this up to here. You see my shelf line there. Here and here, and I'm back about 3.5 millimeters, or at least I'm set back. Get this thing squared up and clamped, and then I'd be good to go. Alright, new day, ready to get after this thing. So I've got my spacer in place. I've made a center line here. I don't know that it really matters, but I think that I can use it as long as I keep this flush. I've also checked for square, this being my reference edge. This is nice and square, which is good. You don't want to have it be out of square for a lot of reasons, because if this was, let's just say, I'm going to exaggerate, but let's just say it was going this direction, then the one going on top is going to go in that direction, and you're never going to get them to fit together. So I'm ready. I'm good to go here. I'm going to make my three cuts. I'm going to then be able to check and see if my shelf, I can just use this shelf and just keep advancing it down. I was thinking I'd have to cut more shelves, but I don't have to do that. Okay, here goes. Alright, a little update. I finished up my first side. I started to do the second side and realized that, I found out I had a little run out, I'll put it that way, that as I got toward the bottom, my shelves were getting, from the fourth one down to the last one, it seemed like I had a little tiny gap. When I got down to the bottom one, I had maybe 64th or whatever comes next, 32nd, I guess, maybe. At any rate, so what I've done here is I put a right angle fixture or right angle piece on the side of this, and this is my square edge from the front edge. So now I know this to be square. Okay, and that's perfect. What was happening was I was putting this up against my shelf, and I did not check this edge. Now I don't really care about this edge as long as I butt it up and it meets the shelf at a single point, which, as it turns out, it's up here on the top. Okay, so I'm happy with that. That's fine. And now I know this is running square. And then when I go to do the other side, I'll take this and move it to the other side. I cut this a little narrow so that there's probably a 32nd of an inch over there, so that when I clamp it, it does stay tight. And now I'm good to go. So let me cut one here for you and just show you how this is going with this setup. So I'm flushing it up, not with this because this is short now, with the outside edge, knowing it's not going to move. Alright, so now I know this is square. And then again, I'll just keep indexing down. And we'll see how these two go together.